started. Ms. Witcher is manning the chat room and the Q&A forum and making sure people get in as they come up. So again, welcome to 2020-2021 Dragon Choir welcome night. And again, we're so excited to get started later this week on choir and all things that we are. I know this is feels a little really weird, but welcome to our new virtual space. So like I said, there is a Q&A form that was emailed out this evening or this afternoon. So if you have questions after we go through our presentation and we don't get to them in the chat, just drop them in that, and we will get to them sometime tomorrow, and we'll also try to email you as well. This whole meeting is also being recorded, so if you miss something or if you get logged off or something happens and you need to see it, then we'll put it up on the choir website and you'll have it right there. So Ms. Witcher has just put up the chat, the Q&A form in the chat for anyone who does not have that yet. But speaking of which, we do have our new associate director here at Round Rock High School for the choir department. Her name is Miss Anara Witcher. She comes to us from Texas State University. Eat 'em up, Bobcats. So I'm going to turn this over to her for just a second to say a few words.
Hi, you guys. So as he said, my name is Ms. Witcher. I just graduated from Texas State, where I have been for the last 4 years. I also worked in New Braunfels ISD for a little while and San Marcos ISD. I know that this isn't going to be the most conventional year, but we are going to do our very best to make it the easiest process possible and to give you all the best musical experience that we can. So we're really excited for everything to get started, and back to you, Mr. McCafferty.
All right. So yeah, like she said, we're gonna do an awesome job to still make beautiful music and to continue to push the boundaries of what choral music excellence is. One of the reasons that we're so successful is our wonderful Booster Club, and I want to invite our Booster Club president, Lynn Falsoni, to say a few words about the Booster Club.
Thanks, Mr. McCafferty. My name is Lynn Falsoni. I am the Booster Club president for this year. The rest of the Booster Club executive board is Marcy Pearson. She's the VP of fundraising. Colleen Cleve, she's our treasurer. Laura Justice, she is our secretary, and Selena Bensman, who's our PR and social media person. So keep an eye out because we'll be sending out things through social media too this year. Just so everybody knows, the purpose of the Booster Club is basically we're supporting Mr. McCafferty and Ms. Witcher just to get them to a point where they can do all the things that they want to do and some of the extras too. And so some of the things that we've done is we support vocal lessons for folks that are unable to afford that, and we have a process for doing that. So if you're interested in vocal lessons but aren't sure you can do that, please reach out because we have funding for that. We do scholarships for seniors at the end of the year. We've helped fund guest conductors for Mr. McCafferty. We've given meals for UIL. And where you guys all come in is you are actually choir boosters by default. Your children are here, they're in choir. They need your support. This is a great group of people, and we're always looking for volunteers to do stuff for us. Including things like spiritware sales. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to sell at football games this year, but we're going to try to find other ways to get funds so that we can continue to support this great organization. And, we'll need to do some work with the uniforms this year and things like that because we've got some out and some in and things like that. And Kristen Lester, who was the president last year, has really got a beat on that this year. So it's really going to be well organized, but we're going to need help. So we'll be reaching out to all of you. And there's different ways that we're doing fundraising this year. And I'm sure that Mr. McCafferty is going to talk about, fees and how they're going to do that and get you guys t-shirts and things like that. We also will have a way to do that this year. We're going to have an online presence. We're still working on it a little bit. And as soon as it's ready to go, we'll send out a nice blast for that as well. We've developed a new Round Rock Choir Boosters website. That's going to also contain links to our links to our, sorry, somebody's got like this really awesome background thing going on and it's like a little distracting. But we'll be linking it up with Square this year, which we've used in the past. And so we're going to do a nice online store for that. And again, we'll blast that out. You'll be able to do support through sponsorships, through personal sponsorships. If you own a business, we have business sponsorships. When you do a sponsorship, it comes with a little bit of swag. You'll get a sign and you'll get a sticker. And you know, depending on the level, you even get to eat dinner with MCAF and Ms. Witcher. So, and ask all the questions you ever wanted to ask about choral music. So, the website, it's not live yet. Still working on it a little bit, but I hope to have it live by the beginning of next week. We'll send out a blast about that. I'll put the link to it in the comments for you guys. We're also going to have on that website, we're going to have an info@rrchoirboosters.org. And if you're a new parent, we were all new parents. We didn't know what was going on. And sometimes you just need to reach out to ask the question you think you should know and you don't know. So please reach out to us. We'll do an FAQ on that site. We'll make sure that everybody knows where they need to be, what they need to be doing. And if you're confused, let us know. We're happy to help. All right. Please come and see us and join us. Even if you're just coming to watch your kid, walk up and introduce yourself to one of us. We're happy to meet you. This is a fantastic program. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Mr. McCaffrey.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn. Again, I can't say enough of what the Booster Club does. This is year 9 for me here at Round Rock High School. How the years have passed, and without them, we wouldn't be even close to anywhere where what we have right now. So we're going to move on to the bulk of the presentation and get to the things you really care about. So, and here we go. So Dragon Choir Welcome Night. So what can be expected from a year in choir? So that's not going to change this year. Big picture is we're going to be a community and a safe space to belong. No matter what we do, no matter where we are or how we're together, it's going to be a safe space. Your kids are going to learn how to read music. They're going to get good vocal technique. They're going to have high quality and meaningful performances. We're going to get creative on how to make those meaningful and awesome. They're going to opportunity for individual challenges, shared experience with peers, their community, and professional musicians. And we always look to give back to our community. Our goal is to have a fall canned food drive and a way to give back in the spring as well. We're gonna still seek those out. Okay, things that are going to happen this fall and the most immediate. Obviously, due to COVID-19, there's still a lot of things up in the air. We don't know how a lot of this is going to work. We'll see how these virtual classrooms work over the next 3 weeks, and we're still building them and making sure they all happen. But we do know that school's happening on Thursday, and at some point we're going to be back in person. And so we ask through all of this that we have a lot of grace for each other, for yourselves and your directors. I'm going to make mistakes because y'all have heard me play the piano. If me typing on a keyboard, it's probably about the same. So I'm going to make some mistakes, but we're going to get through this together, and we're going to be patient, and we're going to make some awesome music. So what we do know is we will have some performances. What they're going to fully look like, we're not sure. Some ideas that we're having is a drive-in music concert. Some of your churches in the area have done these where you show up, you pull into a parking lot, and you're parked socially distanced, and they broadcast the concert and the performances that are happening in front of you through a radio channel, FM transmitter. So we're getting some good positive feedback on being able to accomplish that. When it's going to happen, sometime in October, but we don't have exact dates yet for that. Another way we could do a concert is an album recording. If y'all follow us on Instagram and YouTube and all the social media platforms, I got a little crazy this summer and decided to blow up Dragon Choir social media footprint. So we could put out an album on SoundCloud or YouTube with your kids' recordings that they submit throughout the school year. Something else, I don't know, if you have a good idea shoot me an email. Let me know. We'll see. We're also talking to the officers. We've had several conversations with them over the last couple of weeks. If you haven't watched their Get to Know, our podcast that we've started called Get to Know, we just finished up episodes covering each of the officers in our leadership council, our social officers. So if you haven't watched those or listened to them, go and check them out. There are a lot of personalities out there and some awesome students and singers, and especially for you freshmen, so you know who your leaders are when you find them. I think the number one advice for freshmen was don't listen to seniors, but in this case, please listen to them. They're important. But they're planning on some social events, whether it's a virtual trivia night or a lunch bunch time to have a link to just join us together and eat together during our lunch period. We're talking about some different social events. The one thing we 100% know is the TMEA All-Region, All-State process. So this year, TMEA, the Texas Music Educators Association, who oversees our All-Region and facilitates our All-Region process and the All-State choir process, has mandated that all the students across the state are going to sing the same literature at the same time, and it's going to be all virtual for all 3 rounds of the audition process this year. What this means for your student is that they don't have to go to another location to walk into a room to sing for a panel of judges. They get to do it in the comfort of their own home. And we're going to do everything possible to prepare every single student in our program for this process. This is a much easier, much less daunting audition process than in years past. The other part of that is that the music that we have prepared, we already have practice tracks. We already have the digital music prepared and ready for you to go right now. And we're going to be using that as our main vehicle for music moving forward in the fall. So your students have no reason not to enter this process and to give it a good shot. Our first round is not until October, and you'll have a time to look at the cuts once they release in early October, and we'll submit those together and get that ready for the audition process. For the top 18 will advance on to the mixed choir and continue through the other process. And then, but everyone who makes our normal numbers for a all-region choir will receive a patch for their letter jacket or for their frame or wherever you keep your patches. Mine are in a drawer at my mom's house in Dallas. So I still have them. So we're still keeping that, and then after that, the round 2 will be in November, and then the all-state audition in January, just like usual, except not in Waco or at a school. We will still have national anthem sings because football and sports are still happening. We're not going to put 200 people out on the field, but we are going to still learn the national anthem, the alma mater, and be prepared to sing, whether small group or individuals, to sing the national anthem for our sporting events. And the last thing, choir fees. Now, I know that's what a lot of people are asking about, our fees. Normally our fees range anywhere from, the basic uniform fee is $70. That covers your formal uniform, a t-shirt, maintenance for stuff around the room, music and stuff like that. We're not charging that this year because, one, we're not going to have formal uniforms for a while, and you're not going to have sheet music because it's all going to be digital. So we've drastically reduced our fees. How we're going to take that up is another big question. I'm not sure about that yet. So stay tuned, but know that our fees this year, we're going to start with a $20 fee, and this fee covers, your lovely Dragon Choir t-shirts. We already have them here. They look lovely. Designed by Grace Shado, our choir historian. And so these are great shirts, soft fabric, great. So that's part of the fee. Also, it covers a Dragon Choir mask. So this mask is nice and soft. This is my mask. I'll put it on. nice and comfortable. I've walked around the office singing, in my house, singing in it. It's very comfortable and does a great job. It's machine washable, and these are a great high quality mask that has Dragon Choir printing on it. So that's fun as well. So that's in there. And then the TMEA entry fee. So that's what's covered there. If you're a show choir member, you'll have an additional $10 to cover your show choir t-shirt. If you're a parent that would like a choir t-shirt or a mask, we can sell you those. For the masks are $5 and the t-shirt is $10. We also have some gator style scarves, which I know there's some studies that say those are not that great, but I've worn one when I'm outside working in the yard, outside doing physical activity, just to keep the sun off my neck and dust and things out of my face. So that's a great thing. And I don't remember what those cost off the top of my head. I have it written down, just not right here in front of me. So, but if you have questions about fees, we're not going to be taking those up for a little bit. We're still working on logistics on how we'll be able to take those up. But just keep that in mind in the back of your head, about $20. And then when we get to being able to do formal uniforms and or travel fees in the spring, we'll worry about that then. If as any time in our Dragon Choir department, money is never a point that's going to keep someone from being able to perform and to be able to do. If you have an issue with any kind of financial whatever, just shoot me or Ms. Witcher an email and let us know, and we will work it out. Singing is not about money. Singing is about making a joyful noise and doing it together in community. And we are desperate to get back to that. So don't worry about money if that's a concern. Wait. So we want to talk about what was that thing that we did at the end of the year, evaluations. Your evaluation is all year long. And we started talking about this last year on Welcome Night so that everyone understands that this is what we're starting on day one, is building your portfolio. We're going to be developing your vocal quality. We're going to be developing sight reading skills with our Level Up sight reading system, how you are in class, whether it's in your living room or your bedroom or in a closet or outside on your patio or standing in the choir room, how you are in rehearsal and how you are as a person matter. And of course, in those bonus points, all region, the TMEA process, solo and ensemble, and singing outside a choir. Those are part of our bonus points. This is used to help place your student in a suitable ensemble. All these things are building towards the placement at the end of the year. So you ask, what choir is my student even in? I've had that question. Most of y'all remember, and if you didn't, you were able to pull it up off the choir website. But this is the organizational chart for the department. We have Dragon Chorale, which is our varsity mixed choir. We have Dragon Chamber Singers, which is our non-varsity mixed choir. Muse, our varsity treble choir. This year, we may or may not institute our varsity men's choir, which is Invictus, which will be the men from chorale and chamber singers. But we'll see about that as we move closer to UIL. Our non-varsity treble choir is named Seraphim. Draco Vocem is our non-varsity men's choir, and then Belshazzar is our sub-non-varsity treble choir. Now, when you hear varsity, non-varsity, sub-non-varsity, don't so much worry about that. Think about how the tiers of the pyramid work and how they flow together. Our department is one of the most successful and largest departments in Central Texas. If you have a question of why your student was placed in a certain choir or why we're thinking about that, just come talk to us. This is an open conversation, and we want to make sure you feel valued in this process. And those are our concert ensembles. Our show choirs, we have 2 show choirs that meet during the day, which are vocal ensembles in the course guide. We have Showstoppers, which is our mixed show choir, and Legacy, which is our treble show choir. we also at various times had a men's show choir run by students outside of school called Ignition. So the class periods of how they're set up, first period is show choir. Both show choirs meet at the same period. Second period is Dragon Chorale. Third period on A days is Belshazzar, and fourth period is Dragon Chamber Singers. On B days, during fifth period, we have Seraphim. Sixth period, we have Muse. Seventh period, we have Draco Vocem. And then eighth period, we get a break and have a conference period so that we can make sure we know what we're doing. I promise you, most of the time we do. I make jokes, if y'all haven't realized that. If you don't get my jokes, I'm sorry. So what is show choir? We don't allow freshmen in show choir because if you haven't noticed, Round Rock High School is pretty big. We have like 4,000 kids up here on a good day. So we want you to understand how the campus works and how our department works. So at the end of your freshman year, you can start auditioning for show choir. We have the mixed show choir and we have our treble show choir. The audition determines which show choir you're in, and the course is in addition to their concert ensemble. So to be in a show choir, you also have to be in one of the concert choirs. So you need to have 2 blocks available. This is another reason why freshmen aren't allowed, because they got to get some school out of the way before they can be in show choir. We also offer private lessons during the day. Our instructors that we have as part of our campus is Lauren White Arthur, and we want to say congratulations to her. She just had her second son born about a month ago. So yay, Miss White. We have Mr. Richard Vandertulip, and we have Miss Layla Edwards. Those are our 3 voice teachers that we currently have on our staff. They are offering virtual voice lessons. Voice lessons are going to still happen. Being in a virtual classroom is a lot easier for that one-on-one voice lesson experience than it is trying to sync up Zoom to multiple voices, because that doesn't actually work. But they are working on scheduling those with the students that are currently in their studio, and then we will assign those who aren't given a voice teacher, we will assign those through once we get your forms. So on the Dragon Choir website, in the top, you'll see it says handout and forms. One of the forms there is the voice lesson IMIP, which stands for Individual Music Instruction Program form. Every student that is studying with these 3 teachers or through our voice staff have to fill out the IMIP form. If you filled it out last year, you got to fill it out again. It's the requirement that we need to do so that we know that you are studying with these teachers. Whether you're doing it during the day or in the evening or other times, at some point in time, you will be able to be doing it during the day, and we need you to fill out that form. All you got to do is print it out, sign it, and then we will send out a Google form that you can drop that into at a later date. We don't have that ready today, but we'll have that by the first day of school. And then we'll start getting you assigned to your voice teachers, and they'll start making their schedules. They're doing that right now as we are. And we really, really encourage you to do to take voice lessons. We have about just over 250 kids in our department. It is hard for us to fix all the vocal issues or music issues for every 250, every student of the 250. If I could have every student in voice lessons, I would have a huge party, because I know we would be even more successful than we already are. That's not reality, but if we could have so many more students in voice lessons, it helps your student become a better musician. They get that one-on-one tutoring that are going to protect your singer's voice so much more. The other part of that that's important to understand and know is that you say, I don't want to miss part of my rehearsal. It's okay to miss part of that rehearsal because those voice lessons are going on. And whether it's happening during our synchronous time or our asynchronous time, it's okay. We're going to make sure you're not missing any part of the rehearsal. You are improving as a musician, and that's what's important, your quality of musical experience. We do have scholarships available. Right below that on the choir website is the application for district scholarship. If you fill that out, we will turn that into our district office and see what we can do. We can also talk to the Booster Club and see what they can provide as moving forward. So if you need scholarship assistance, please let us know. It is on a first come, first served basis and on a need basis. So as soon as we get that all ironed out, we'll start sending that out. But you can let your voice teachers know, I'm applying for scholarship, and they will work with you. The 2021 choir trip, this is supposed to be our big trip choir year. And I'm sad to say that due to travel restrictions that the district is putting on organizations, we will be postponing our next big choir trip until the 2021-2022 school year. Sorry, seniors, I love you. I really do. There will be travel opportunities for select choir members in the spring, hopefully. Hopefully we're all past this by then. But know that we will travel one day, and when we do, we're gonna blow it out. We're gonna make it awesome. You know, fireworks, all the stops. All right, other helpful information. The Dragon Choir website, go ahead and save that, because I will never remember that. Just put it as a bookmark, put the star, click on it. I'll send it out too. But also, if you just Google Round Rock Dragon Choir, we're the first page that pops up in Google. So, because I search it so many times to make sure I know where everything is. But it has our calendar, class schedule, links to the TMEA practice tracks, and sheet music. You have digital copies of the sheet music on there, ensemble descriptions, fundraiser info, all sorts of information on there. We try to keep that up to date as much as possible, even more so now in this virtual world. So make sure you go to the choir website. This year, Round Rock ISD is using a program called Schoology. It's Schoology, not Schoology. That's adding O's, and we don't need any more O's. They are already 3 in that word. As we are meeting virtually for the foreseeable future, we'll be fully utilizing this Round Rock ISD learning management system. This is a really awesome program, guys. It's going to be there is a learning curve. We're all feeling it right now. So if you know a Round Rock ISD teacher, give them a virtual hug, because we are working hard to make sure our day one is perfect. And part of that is getting trained on this. Me and Ms. Witcher have now spent 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 days of virtual training on this, and we are still feeling the crunch. So we need to remember that grace will be needed. Something's going to crash, something's going to go wrong, and we're going to fumble around for a minute. We're going to get back. We're all learning this new system at the same time. But if you have questions about it, you can ask your teachers. They do know some stuff, but there's always Google and other places to look at on how to access different parts of the program. And I assure you that the quality of the music education and the musical experiences are not going to diminish, nor our desire to help your student become the best musician possible. This is a way to facilitate that. Schoology, see, I almost did it there. Schoology looks a lot like Facebook. It's got a news feed that you'll see your classes. You'll have a calendar that gives you your update of when your class is meeting synchronously through the Google Meet. It will give you your assignments. It has everything right there. It is so much more powerful than anything we've used before. It's going to be a great, great program. So Remind, super important. We want everyone signed up for the Remind. This message system will help us share the most important information throughout the year, mainly regarding rehearsals, concert trips, etc. It does not replace email though, so make sure your email is up to date in the home access system. That is the primary way we send out email, but we also send it out through the Remind. We also put it on Instagram. We put it on Facebook. We put it everywhere. If I could fly a plane over Round Rock and have a banner trailing and skywriting, I would. I don't have that kind of money, but I would do that in a heartbeat. So get out there, make sure you sign up for all those communication things. And of course, we'll be saying it. So if you don't ask parents, if you don't ask your student, hey, what's going on in choir, every now and then, you probably won't know if you're not in all those things. So make sure we're always communicating and doing all those things. So make sure you follow us on all the Instagram things. Miss Grantham got me on Instagram, and then this summer, like I said, I kind of went crazy and blew up things. But we have at RRHS Dragon Choir, at Dragon Moocaf, don't ask, at @AWitcher_choir, and then our funny one that I'm being told will have new memes and new sources of fun and laughter and frivolity at RRHS Choir Memes. We have some other social media platforms on YouTube. We have a Dragon Choir YouTube page. Just search Dragon Choir at YouTube. On SoundCloud, we are RRHS Dragon Choir. We have an audio podcast. If you didn't watch the video on IGTV or in YouTube, you can listen just the audio, and it's Dragon Choir 512 at Podbean. And then, of course, our Dragon Choir Facebook page, RRHS Dragon Choir. We always put information out in various ways and forums to allow for you to have multiple chances to get the information you need. These are our remind codes. So first period, show choirs are in a group me chat. So make sure you're in your group me chat, which I believe everyone is. So yay. All right. Second period, Dragon Chorale at 20. Well, I'm not going to read those off. Y'all can read. But join the remind. If you have the app, all you got to do is enter that code. If you don't have the app and you don't want to download another app to your phone, you can text the code to, what is it? 81010, and it will send you the text message reminds that we send out. I'm going to come back to that screen in just a second so you can have that. If you have questions, please make sure you drop it in the Q&A form. We'll answer those as soon as we can. And also feel free to email us directly. Mine is Jameson_McCafferty at roundrockisd.org. And then Miss Witcher is Anara_Witcher at roundrockisd.org. And we are open door policy, especially in these times. We know how uneasy this virtual world, this pandemic world can make you feel. And we're going to be here to work through it together. I see what it's done to family members and just being cut off from feeling isolated. And music and choir and ensemble is what we're all about. So we're gonna, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, we're gonna remain positive. We're gonna make music and we're gonna sing together. It's gonna be awesome. And we love you guys and we cannot wait to see you. So I'm gonna stop sharing here. I'm gonna pull up the chat and see this Ms. Witcher. Yay, look, she's answering all the questions because she knows everything there needs to know about the Dragon Choir, and she's only been here for a couple months. That's how awesome she is. So we love you guys. Oh, I see Miss Fincher down there. Another choir directors from around the world. Again, like I said, I know it's weird. And I'm going to turn this back over to Miss Falsone because she said she has a couple things. So.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I failed to mention we are going to actually have our first Spirit Night on the first day of school. It's going to be at Dairy Queen from 5 to 8. So get your kids through their first day of just craziness and Schoology and take them to Dairy Queen for a treat. We get 20% of everybody who comes in and mentions Spirit Night, and it's the one on 6/20. And the other thing I forgot to mention is we will be having monthly booster meetings, and they'll probably be on the second Tuesday of every month. We'll get those dates out to you as soon as we can, and they'll be on the booster website, which will be linked onto the choir site. All right, thank you very much.
I'm so stylish. Yeah. I know I'm dumb. Y'all miss that more than anything. Y'all know it. Don't lie. Y'all want to come make fun of me because I'm old. That's right. I admit it. I feel good. So again, stay tuned on when we will collect the t-shirt and mask and all that stuff. We're not going to need it for a little bit unless you just were dying and begging to have a Dragon Choir mask to wear around, so I'm not the only one that walks into QT going, they go, what in the world's on your face? But that's just when I'm getting gas. So is what it is. So that being said, I think, Ms. Witcher, am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. I know I talked fast because I talk fast. I talk a lot because I like talking. And yes, I'm going to put the PowerPoint, the recording to this video, and the Q&A all on the website as soon as the video compresses and makes it and does all the things. And you will be able to access all that information. And it will be top of the choir website. In fact, let me share that real fast just so you can see it if you've never been to the choir website.
I just shared it, or I shared it a couple of bits up.
Look at you. I can't find it anymore, so whatever. There it is. Yay. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. There it is. Yay. So we'll put it up at the top so you'll see it. But as you can see, we got TMA practice tracks, the music packet. We have hard copies here in the office, but you can download it. It's got all the music markings that TMA already wants you to have. Our calendar, if you subscribe to the calendar, just click on there on the blue button, puts it on your calendar right away. All the remind codes, our SoundCloud, our Podbean, all the things, and yay. Hopefully these are all going to be two-year All-Staters. So yeah, and of course about our staff, about the choirs, our bell schedule, handouts and forms. We didn't really go over the choir handbook. We're going to go over that on the first day, but please feel free to look over the choir handbook, and we'll send out an acknowledgement form later. That's the rules and rules and procedures. If you forgot which choir you're placed in, that's going to stay up for just a little bit longer. And then boosters, whenever they get their website up and ready to go, this will go here as well. So one-stop shop for all things choir. So again, have a wonderful evening. We love you. We cannot wait to see you. I'm going crazy to just sit in a space, whatever kind it is, with my children and make jokes again. I may or may not have some Office and Friends clips to play for you on day one. All right. And Miss Witcher's already pleading, no, God, no, please, no. Everyone misses MCAF story time and Tangentville. So we will see you guys on Thursday and Friday. And again, email us, drop your questions in the Q&A, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, guys? Bye.
Bye-bye.